Let's still stay on this matter, and Beatrice Annan is a member of the NDC Communications team, National Communications team. Beatrice, a very good afternoon to you. President Akufo Addo is advising Ghanaians not to vote for former President John Dramani Mahama in the coming elections. According to him, John Dramani Mahama will destroy his legacy. What is your response?
I think my response is that President Addo has lost touch with the people. President Addo certainly cannot appreciate the plight of the many Ghanaians who are going through excruciating hardship. And certainly, Addo does not appreciate how abysmal we have been and how abysmal he has performed. First of all, it must be put on record that the only legacy the president is leaving is a legacy for his family and friends. This is a government that had over 51 appointees who are family and friends. So if it's about the legacy of family and friends, then yes, President Mahama would destroy that legacy. If it is about the legacy of creating, looting and sharing, like we saw in the PDS scandal, like we saw in the SML, like we saw in the Sputnik V, and many of the numerous corruption scandals, then that legacy, yes, President Mahama would destroy it. If it's the legacy of the president not doing anything, then that legacy President Mahama would destroy. The legacy of state capture, where there is an attempt by the president and his family and friends to, dissipate every resources of this country, then yes, President Mahama will destroy that legacy. Because the president will go down in the history of this nation as the one who was the worst president in the history of the Fourth Republic, if not since Ghana gained independence.
But Beatrice, not to cut you, but when Metro TV posted the video of the president's advice to citizens not to vote for President or former President John Dramani Mahama, people mentioned that it is because the president, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo Addo, is obsessed with former President John Dramani Mahama. Do you agree?
Oh, yes. And Shadrach, look through the MPP's campaign. Look through the campaign very well. If you take President Mahama out of the campaign, the MPP simply has no message. If you take President Mahama out of the campaign, they have no message. They have been in power for 7 years. They have had access to triple the resources President Mahama has, and they have not been able to meet even half of what President Mahama did with 200 and a little over 200 billion cedis. They have in excess of 800 billion cedis. Now we are talking about 1 trillion if you add that of 2024 to it. And yet they don't have a single regional hospital to show. What is their record when it comes to employment? Unemployment is moving from 8% to 14.7%. Inflation is now at 25%. Every macroeconomic indicator is showing that this government is obsessed with President Mahama and that this government is not doing well. And so if you take President Mahama out, the MPP simply do not have a message as we speak.
Okay, Beatrice, before I let you go, it looks like there's not so much time on our hand, but maybe in 30 seconds, would you say in all this, because this is about the second time President Akufo Addo is sending this message across to Ghanaians, does it come or put any form of fear in the former president and the NDC as a whole?
Fear? Did you say, does it put fear?
Yes.
Which fear? Our only fear is that this government cannot be in power for 12 years, where we have resources being dissipated, where you have macroeconomic indicators showing that we are not doing well, where you can see a connivance and a conspiracy to gang rape this nation. So that is our fear, and that is the fear of every Ghanaian, but we are not afraid of them. This government remains the most unpopular government in the history of this country, and we are not afraid.
Sure, Beatrice, thank you so much for joining us on the news this